It is summertime, which means being outside, having fun, going to the pool, going to day parties, day drinking, but it also means bad hygiene. So in this video, I'm going to give you 6 things I stopped doing as a woman to help me have good hygiene. And let's get straight into it. The first one, cotton underwear, specifically organic cotton if you can. The reason is a lot of the underwear that we buy is made out of polyester. There's a few things that's wrong with that. It's the summertime. Polyester is harder for like air to go through, basically like ventilation kind of down there. So it's hard to breathe. Now think about it. It's summertime, it's hot, especially if you're wearing black underwear, which I probably wouldn't recommend to wear if it's really hot outside because it attracts the sun. It's a lot of bacteria building up there. And since it's hard to breathe down there due to the polyester, you're more likely to just have problems. So I definitely recommend not to wear polyester underwear and try to go for organic cotton. And also because polyester is made of like synthetic chemicals and fibers and different things down there. So for some people, it gives them irritation. If you feel like you have a scratchy feeling or your underwear just gives you a weird feeling, it may be that. But the problem is we've been wearing polyester underwear, a lot of women, for so long that we don't even understand and know that it will feel a lot better wearing cotton underwear. I'm telling you, it's organic, it's more breathable, and all together, it's just better for you. Next, I stopped trying to be a natural deodorant girl. So I know, especially last year, when the natural deodorant wave went crazy, specifically, I tried the nature deodorant and I will never do it again. Now, I know if you are getting on organic deodorant, there are a few things that you have to do. You have to like detox your armpits. You have to eat very healthy. It's just a lot of things that me personally is not compatible for the summertime for me. I'm outside, I'm drinking, I'm more likely to basically just be having fun and not really give that much of a, not saying a care, but I don't know. I just feel like during the summertime, I'm just alive. And with that being said, I don't have to be worrying about, am I going to be sweating or not? So I personally would not recommend to do the natural deodorant, especially during the summertime. If you want to get into that, I would say start it during the winter time, do all the protocols that are necessary, but please don't. The natural, I almost called it natrium. What is it called? Yeah, it was like the nature, whatever, nurture, whatever, that deodorant, it literally gave me a cyst under my armpit. It was so bad. It made me sweat profusely. It just wasn't good. It was not good. So I personally do not recommend that, but to each its own. Number 3, using real soap. Now, I have always used, I guess you could say, real soap, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. In 2020, when TikTok popped off and all the girls were posting their, shower routines and all that other stuff, I'm seeing all the girls use the Natrium. I'm seeing them use the Dove body wash, like all these body washes. And I forgot about the basics, especially because it is summer and it is hot outside. Ladies, do not forget the basics, which means you still should be using a bar soap, in my opinion. I personally like the Dial one because it is antibacterial. I know Dove has a good one as well. Sometimes for some people, using antibacterial soap every single day can be harsh for their skin. So there are alternatives for that. But please, ladies, do not only be using the Natrium body wash or the Dove body wash. You can layer those on top. Sometimes the scents are good. In my opinion, a lot of the scents do go away. But personally, I just do a layering thing. Regardless of that, you need to be using a soap. Even if you can't even use a body wash, right? You're like, oh, I can't really afford to use all the steps. Get you a basic soap first to get you clean. And then when you can afford it, start getting into those $15, $16 body washes and stuff like that. Listen, use a soap. That's what I had to stop doing. I had to stop thinking it was okay just to use these body washes or only use one body wash. No, you need to be using a soap to get that bacteria off of your body, especially during the summertime. Another thing when it comes to bacteria, stop thinking that soap just works by itself. I think soap is great, right? Like I said before, but another thing that's great is apple cider vinegar. It is great for getting rid of bacteria. When I told you guys before that deodorant gave me a cyst under my armpit, my mom was like, get some apple cider vinegar, get you a little cotton swab and put it under your armpit, dab it under there. I did that for like 2-3 days. I promise y'all I started seeing it go down, and then I did it continuously probably for like 2 weeks or so, or a week, give or take, I forgot. And long story short, it went away. There are different things that can help as far as getting rid of bacteria that builds up. Now, soap, in my opinion, gets rid of bacteria in the moment, but there are things that can help it from building up over time. So if you sweat in a lot of areas, I know some people sweat behind their kneecaps, some people sweat a lot under their armpits, which is me. If there's just places where you sweat a lot, I definitely recommend to get a cotton ball, dip it in apple cider vinegar, dilute it a little bit with water, and put it in those areas to help. Because if you sweat that place, it probably builds up a lot more bacteria than places that you don't sweat a lot. I get it, soap does work, but there also are other alternatives you can use that will work. Another one, ladies, not trying to balance my pH by myself. Now I get it. You know, drinking water, I'm all for it. Taking probiotics, I'm all for it. Trying to eat healthy, I'm all for that. But we are living in the age of the newness. I know some ladies are going to comment like, growing up for me, I only had to use soap and water. You knew girls be using. Listen, growing up for you, chicken was not sprayed with antibiotics like it was perfume, and alcohol probably only had 2 to 3 ingredients. A lot of the stuff that we consume now have so much extra stuff in it, and let's just be honest, there's just so much going on in the world that it's not the same that it used to be. I say that to say our bodies build up bacteria more, our pH balance gets thrown off a lot easier, especially during the time periods of it being summertime. What happens? You waiting in a long line at a day party, you hold it in your pee. You can get a UTI, or you outside at a day party and you don't want to use the porta potty, or you are sweating down there. Like, there's a lot of things that can easily throw off your pH balance. And with that being said, like I said, again, soap is great, but 2 alternatives I also use because I stopped thinking soap could just help by itself are 1, apple cider vinegar. I've mentioned this on a previous video. Doing 1 or 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar inside of your bath water can be great. Research it yourself to figure out the exact measurement. I believe it's like 1 to 2 teaspoons. It's not a lot. It's very much so diluted by all the water in the bathtub. And another one, another controversial one, boric acid suppositories. I definitely recommend to Google it yourself to get all of the logistics about it, but basically it helps with your pH balance. I definitely recommend to use that after you are intimate with someone, or let's say you're just having a smell down there, or you just feel like your pH balance was thrown off for whatever reason. I definitely recommend to use those. Like I said, it's to each its own. I know some people are going to comment below like, I don't have to worry about that, and I don't have to. That's great. Oh my gosh. Congratulations. Okay. And the final one, not being aware of what I was eating was messing me up as well. Like I said before, what you eat also plays a role. So trying to make sure that you consume more water in a day than you consume juice and soda. I particularly myself have tried to really cut soda out. I did recently try a Dr. Pepper float or a Dr. Pepper. A dirty Dr. Pepper. I recently tried that, but it's just because I just wanted to try it. That was my first time drinking soda in probably like 5 months. Like, I don't really drink soda. 6 months, I don't really drink soda. The juices I drink in my house are like all natural juices. I've shown some of them on my vlogs, but they're all natural juices. Try to basically be aware that you are what you eat. So if you're constantly eating greasy food, if you're constantly eating food with a whole bunch of, saturated fats and all these other things, be aware that that also can have an effect on your hygiene in so many areas. It can cause you to sweat more. It can cause you just to give off a bad odor, even if you are doing things such as, washing good and taking baths and stuff, but you're like, why do I still have an odor? Because literally it's coming out of your sweat glands. Like, your sweat glands is kind of like a sense of like what your body is going through. So if you're smelling bad, that means the inside of your body is probably feeling bad. So like I said before, make sure you are trying to drink water, make sure you're trying to eat healthy fruits and vegetables. I think this is the perfect time for fruits because it is nice outside, so it's cool. Just, everywhere has fruits nowadays. Literally, even depending on where you live, you could possibly drive down the street and some people will be selling fruits on the highway. So I say that to say, those are the 6 things that I recommend that you stop doing to keep up with your hygiene this summer. Comment below if you tried any of these things before, or you will implement these things before, or even if you just like this video. I know this is something different. I never really done one like this, particularly talking about hygiene, but I just wanted to do it because I feel like it's something that's unanimous for all women during this time period. So thank y'all so much, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.